It was all going so well until it went downhill. Megalodon, the 2002 movie that was set to go to theaters until trouble struck. The plot. At an oil rig, given the title of Colossus, an underwater mining expedition is going steady. While searching for oil, black gold as they call it, they uncover something extraordinary in the deepest bowels of a trench. Prehistoric life has found a way out, as well as a 60-foot predator known as Megalodon. This is one of the first movies I've added to my collection that is still here to this day. When I saw the trailer for this flick, I was all in. The music was cool, and I thought the effects looked even cooler. Of course, back then, searching for shark movie trailers, hell, even shark movies, wasn't as easy. There was no YouTube. I frequented a site called Sharks on Film, and learned a lot about the fishy films, some of which I had never even heard of, like Cruel Jaws, Tintorera, The Last Shark, and many more. This is back in like the early 2000s. Then there was Good Ol' Video Detective, a site dedicated to movie trailers. Point is, I found Megalodon on the Sharks on Film site, followed by seeing the trailer on Video Detective. I used to watch the movie here and there, but hadn't in a while. Some things hold up, but not everything. While the acting is decent, there are some corny line deliveries. Ross Elliott, played by Al Sapinza, and Peter Brazer, played by Robin Sachs, are the two that I felt really elevated the film. They had backstories as well as depth. I liked all the characters, really. Those two just stuck out more. Gary J. Tunnicliffe also has a character in this film named Grady Harper. Why am I telling you this? It's because Tunnicliffe is now a prominent makeup effects artist, as well as the director of the recent Hellraiser Judgment. I thought that was interesting. Speaking of effects, the gore, the effects, this film has a highlight reel of good effects. It's kind of like the highlight of the film. While the surface level shots on the water are pretty piss poor, the underwater and night shots still hold up. Our Megalodon for the film, on the other hand, it could have used a bit of tweaking, plus the tail fin barely sways. It just jets a little back and forth. There's not much gore, some blood here and there, but remember, this is a PG-13 rated film. Even with a smaller budget, Megalodon proves to have other awesome effects, like the other creatures in the underwater cave as well as the cave itself. The motion picture soundtrack, Megalodon, also has a solid score. Perhaps it's too good for this kind of film. Well, most of the themes anyway. There are some cheesy spots, especially in the opening credits. The best music, I think, can be found on the trailer. Sadly, I don't think it was featured in the film if memory serves correctly. Well, this was supposed to hit theaters, but they couldn't find a distributor, so the film suffered. Like I said in the intro, well, it was going well, but then it went all downhill. This is not a terrible flick, even though the title character doesn't show up until around 52 minutes in. Yeah, there's still enough to keep you entertained. Whether it be the characters or other creatures, Megalodon knows how to keep the pace going. It is just a shame that the film kind of just ends, and with story runtime of 78 minutes, plus 15 minutes of opening and end credits, it feels rather short. I'd say check it out if you're into some nautical fun. Just don't get your hopes up too high. Overall, I give Megalodon a 2.5 out of 5. Lion Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below, leave comments, and subscribe.